Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're decoding exactly how to update your Maine driver's license address online. We'll be using official state sources and legal documents to cut right through the confusion. So whether you're moving just across the street or across the entire state, dealing with the Bureau of Motor Vehicles really doesn't have to be a headache. Seriously, imagine the freedom of handling all your BMV needs right from the comfort of your home. No lines, no waiting, just a few clicks and you're done. Moving is already incredibly stressful on its own, right? You've got boxes everywhere and 1,000 things to remember. But what if you could just skip that nightmarish BMV line and handle your legal obligations right from your couch? Keeping your driver's license address up to date isn't just about convenience. It's a strict legal requirement for staying compliant and ensuring you don't miss essential notifications. Here is our quick roadmap for today. We'll look at the 30-day deadline, the 2 different paths you can take to update your info, how the free database update works, the steps for ordering a physical replacement card, proving your Maine residency, and finally, a crucial reminder about your vehicle registration. All right, let's jump straight into Section 1, the 30-day deadline. The clock literally starts ticking the moment you move. Here's the deal. Maine law, specifically Title 29A, Section 1407 for those keeping track, requires you to notify the Bureau of Motor Vehicles within exactly 30 days of changing your address. If you let this slide, you could be facing penalties. But honestly, beyond a legal slap on the wrist, the bigger risk is missing critical mail. If the state sends you a credential and it gets returned as undeliverable, it just sits there for 2 years before they securely destroy it. You definitely want to avoid that. Now, I know a big concern people have when handing over their new address to the government is ending up with a mailbox full of junk mail. But as this official BMV letterhead points out, your data is highly protected. Thanks to the Federal Driver Privacy Protection Act, or DPPA, Maine actually cannot release your personal info to marketers unless you explicitly opt in. So updating your address keeps you legally compliant without opening the floodgates to unwanted spam at your new house. Moving on to Section 2, 2 paths to update. This is where it gets interesting, because Maine actually uses a dual-track system depending on what you need to accomplish. You basically have 2 choices. First, there's the free database-only update. This keeps you perfectly compliant with the law and costs absolutely nothing, but you don't get a new physical card. Second, you can choose the physical replacement track. This one costs a bit of money and gives you a freshly printed card for your wallet, but it does come with some pretty strict online eligibility rules. Let's break down that easiest option first. Section 3 is all about that free database update. It's simple, fast, and completely free. If you've been searching around the internet, you might have seen some general guides suggesting you need to create some complex online portal account and scan a bunch of documents just to change your address. But in Maine, it's actually way simpler than you think. There is absolutely 0 account creation required for this. The Maine BMV simply uses a basic web-based contact us form, a direct email address, or even just a quick phone call to process this basic update. So here is your actionable, step-by-step process based right on official state protocols. Step 1. Gather your basic info before you start: your full name, date of birth, current license number, and both your old and new addresses. Step 2. Submit that info using the Secretary of State's Contact Us web form. Shoot them an email directly, or just give them a call. Step 3. The state updates your record in their system. And that's it. You are now legally compliant without ever leaving your house. All right, Section 4. Ordering a physical replacement. What if you actually want that brand new physical ID with your fresh address printed right on it for the airport or the bank? To get that physical card online, you're going to use the state's rapid renewal service. But pay close attention here, because there's a massive detail hidden in the state's FAQ that catches a lot of people off guard. You can only use this online portal if your legal presence and residency were previously verified in person at a BMV branch after April 18, 2008. If you haven't done an in-person verification since then, the system is just going to give you an error message and block your transaction. If you run into that troubleshooting issue, you will have to visit a branch in person. Now, if you are eligible to use the portal, let's talk about the fees. Ordering a physical duplicate will cost you $5 for a standard, non-compliant card. But if you're replacing a real ID, that cost bumps up to $30. Make sure you have a valid credit card ready, because you'll process that payment securely right through the online portal. Next up, Section 5, Proving Maine Residency. This is where you need to gather the right paperwork before you start. This step is absolutely critical. If the online portal blocked you, or if you're upgrading to a real ID, you have to prove your physical residency. And no, you can't just bring in a random piece of junk mail. The state only accepts specific, official documents showing your actual physical address, not a P.O. box. We're talking things like a utility bill in your name, a recent paycheck stub, your lease or mortgage agreement, a property tax bill, a W-2 form, or even a Maine vehicle registration. And please remember this distinction on exactly how many proofs you need. For a standard license, you just need one of those residency documents. But if you want a federal real ID, the federal requirements mandate that you bring 2 separate, distinct proofs of your physical address. Make sure you have those ready to go before you try processing any physical card replacements. Finally, Section 6. Don't forget your vehicle registration. This operates on a completely separate timeline. This is the ultimate hidden gotcha for stressed out movers. You have only 10 days to update the address on your vehicle registration. Notice that? That is a significantly shorter deadline than the 30 days you get for your driver's license. If you wait and update your license on day 25, you are actually already 15 days late on your vehicle registration. And here's the other big catch. Unlike the super simple online database update we just talked about for your license, your vehicle registration address generally cannot be updated with a quick web form. To do this, you either have to go in person to a town office or BMV branch with your current registration and proof of address, or you have to mail a change of address form or a notarized letter directly to the state offices in Augusta. So as you can see, we're really dealing with 2 different timelines and 2 different processes here. This explainer is intended for informational purposes only. For the most accurate and personalized advice, please consult the official Maine Bureau of Motor Vehicles website or a legal professional. But seeing all these strict timelines and rules definitely leaves you wondering, is your driver's license address up to date right now? Or are you currently risking legal penalties and missed notifications? It might be time to send that quick email and get your record updated today.